Thanks for staying with us. Now, Gombe State plans to prosecute, fine or jail parents who don't send their children to school under a new law aiming to tackle over 700,000 out-of-school children. Supporters call it a bold step for education, while critics argue it unfairly penalizes poor families amid cultural, financial and infrastructural challenges. The key question is whether it will improve education or simply punish the vulnerable. You can join the conversation on 02016 352013 or 09024163440. Tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. So this is Gombe State coming out to say that we have over 700,000 out-of-school children. And if you are a parent in this state and your wards are not in school, you will be penalized, you will be punished. And I'd like to hear the thoughts of the ladies, understanding, first of all, that education is really very important. And we've always said that for a nation to move forward, we must prioritize education. Do you think that the Gombe State government is doing the right thing at this time?
I don't think so.
Why?
I think they were just so quick to punish him. Like, I feel like it's not personally, I don't think the right action to take by the governor of Gombe State is to want to penalize parents for not putting their ward in school. I think the job is to ease the process of access to education, make it so easy, make it so interesting, make it the only sensible option. Because I don't think any parent would have the child and see that school will bring me growth, will bring my children would eat food in school, they will be comfortable in school, and then I will put them on the street to be begging, or I'll put them to work somewhere. So, but when we penalize, it can achieve temporary, rigid, conformity. People will conform and align, but long-term solution will not happen. Long-term transformation will not happen. Long-term buying into the dream of why it is important. I believe advocacy is the right way to go. Educating people about why education is important. Letting them see how taking people off the street, you're not doing them a favor. Actually, you are doing your state a huge favor by ensuring that parents see the advantage of putting their children in school. That way we have less kidnappers in future, we have less bandits in future, we have less people that would be prone to criminality. You need them in school, not by compulsion, but by their own buy-in, where everybody understands the important. But if it is by penalizing, you will now antagonize your citizens. Because they will be looking at you like, you don't know what we're feeling. I don't have food to eat. You're saying I should not tell my children to go and sell pure water. You know, because at the end of the day, we need to understand the root of the problem. Why are the children out of school? That way, we're not just penalizing and saying they'll be prosecuted and then what? They'll pay money.
They said that they will get 2 years in jail. And what even surprised me is when you lock the parents up for 2 years, what will happen to the children? You will now do what with the children? Will you put them in school? Who will look after them?
Are they homes?
Do you have the facilities to look after all these children that are going to be parentless because you have locked up their parents? So when we enact laws, I don't think we think of the long-term results. We just it's just like the Niger State government governor said the other day, if you have rascal, we lock you up. You are Yahoo or something. I mean, do we really think of things before we just lay it out? I don't think we really think of things before we lay it out.
So you don't think this is a good step in the right direction for Gombe State?
I agree that everybody should go to school.
Okay.
But I don't think the solution is locking up the parents who don't send them, because you have to. The parents need education
first.
How many of the parents are educated that you're telling me that education is important for my child? Did I not survive? Did I not? So you have to convince me, the parent, that education is important. You have to start advertising. I was watching something on TVC. Very interesting. This lady, she lives in Yola. She educated her 3 children. Okay. Selling akara. She cannot speak English, but she felt that education. Now, that woman didn't go to formal school, but she's educated in her own way. because she's able to make money and educate her 3 children. She's able to make money. People come from all over Adamawa State to come and buy her akara and her. She sells rice in the evening, akara in the morning, rice in the evening. Very interesting. I was just watching. And I was saying,
that's so nice.
We that we say we went to school. Do we have this one's business acumen?
That's different. Business acumen is different.
Do you understand? So if I didn't go to school and I have business acumen, then you are coming to tell me that if I don't send my child to school, I beg.
Okay, let me
remember Professor Sophie Oduwole. She had mentioned that we should find education that fits our society. What the parents have is education that fits our society. Probably her mom was a petty trader. They taught her the business of trading. It's the same thing the Igbos do in the market, where a boy, instead of being in the university, is taught for 6 years. He graduates, he handles business, he opens accounts, he registers his business.
He become a millionaire.
He even knows how to bypass taxes.
And yet he don't go school.
And he don't go school. So we are... This thing, when I read it, I was like, it's lip service. Because every time it doesn't show critical thinking. Okay. The average parent in Gombe, if you look at the
demography
of that area, you would be forced to admit that poverty is one of the reasons.
Exactly.
Then, exposure. What do they think education is? How have you, just as you said, parents gonna need education. You can't say in Piki. The parent has seen maybe someone who went to school not do better, struggle to get jobs, struggle to start a business because they didn't teach entrepreneurship in school. They didn't teach them, production in school. They didn't teach a lot of things. And his father, who was a farmer, tilling soil and carrying yam, was better off than him. You think he wants to put his child in school or take the child to the farm? So we should be, our government should be critical thinkers. They should be seeing our history and our future inside their solution. Okay. They should be designing things that are practical for our people to jump on. It's not every time we read it in the Oyibo people have done it, we just come and copy it, paste it for our people. That's why it gets rejected. It's always been, even our laws, some of our laws, bigamy for instance, we don't find precedents of bigamy in the system because it's something that is strange to our society. Our people is, now you called police for your husband, say marry wife. Jealousy will not kill you. The woman will silent and keep quiet. So when you try the precedents, who wants the disgrace? You don't send a picky papa go jail because of another woman. You know they think, it's not our system. So those things are strange to us. Can we sit down, design an educational system, and it doesn't have to be the same across any state? When we were doing, they did free education for us when Tedela was governor. They give me a certificate. I cannot forget that Tedela I collect. But if you do the same system somewhere back in Auchi, it might not have worked. So why can't each governor look at his people and the peculiarity of their problems and design something? If you carry the parents go jail like Santiani talk, more poverty for the people.
Is there space in the jail? But let me say something. So I like the angle you all have come from, right? We've always said that we have to find local solutions to local problems. Now the Gombe state government have looked at their own people.
And they feel
that what we need is first of all to send these children to school. You cannot design the type of education the children will have going forward, but that every child must have formal education. Formal education, I want to believe is basic. Hold on. Formal, I want to believe is basic, which is maybe primary school, so that at least you can read and write. Then going forward to secondary school, you don't necessarily have to go to a proper secondary school. They cannot have technical schools and all of that. Maybe that's the angle they are looking at it from. But that children are sitting at home because the parents do not understand education is a no-no in Gombe State.
Can I correct you that they are not sitting at home?
Thank you.
They are hawking.
No, they are in another form of education the people have accepted. Inculcate the one that you want to teach them into
Gombe,
it.
I don't know.
The Emir of Kano had done, early in the days on Your View, I used to take it on the front page where he would be talking about this is Islam religion that they practice. Why don't you convert the mosque
into schools?
Because between the Subuhi prayer in the morning, which is at 6 a.m., and the Zuhr prayer, which is after 12, that's how many hours of classes. Let the teaching, and even when we are teaching Quranic education, for the best timing to memorize the Quran is between that 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. So we camp our kids. Me, I'm a Muslim. For my daughter to memorize a quarter of the Quran, I was camping every weekend from age 8. So how do you utilize the system that the people are used to conform? So you want to teach the children how to be a workforce for you. You want to teach them how to be a defense force for you. Utilize what the parents are already used to. If they don't feel safe, let's not even bring insecurity on the way to school inside. Let's just bring the poverty and the exposure that the people have into this matter. How do you design something that the parents will comfortably, with their peace of mind, think, oh, that child is in the safe care? Let the imam of that mosque work with the teacher that you want to bring. Convert those places. Convert schools to places. See, when former Governor Aregbesola started the OBIL, and he was feeding people in school. The next president even put it into his manifesto for campaign. It was a good laudable thing. I don't know why he died. He's died. So find a way, feed them in schools, do something for them in school, but bring them to school.
The problem with our leaders.
We'll take a short break. Yes, when we come back, we'll find a way to wrap up this conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. So we're still talking about Gombe State and their new policy to ensure that every child
going to say that
to school.
The problem with I'm sorry.
It's okay, go ahead.
the problem with our rulers is they don't put themselves in the shoes. You know, you have lived a comfortable life. You are living a comfortable life. Maybe you did not even start off rich and comfortable, but you forget. As your money starts to increase, you forget how life was. So you do not put yourself in the shoes of the people that you are governing or supposed to be governing. Instead, you rule them. And then you now start to rule them with iron hand. In fact, they use the one way strong past iron. They rule them with steel hands. And then you look at the solution of all these children that are not in school as to jail their parents. I mean, I still...
They won't enforce it, They can't enforce it.
There were other options. Service. I think there's fine there.
There's no fee enforcer and lip service.
Is it the poor people you want to find? Yes.
Because if you have option of fine and you find...
and I cannot pay.
Then the next thing is jail. So how have you solved the problem? What they should be looking at is how to solve the problem.
Okay.
So when they do not have the idea of how to solve the problem, they should consult.
Stakeholders.
Yes. Stakeholders, consultants. Do research, get data.
Exactly.
If you are making this law now, you say that we have 700,000 children out of school. Their parents are farmers and they live in these areas, or their parents are putting them to this kind of work. Based on the data we got, we realize that if we don't prosecute them, they will not put their children in school. We have already spoken to them over the past 1 year. We provided food incentives, we provided transportation, school bus, and they did not comply. So we are going to prosecute them. On this show, sir, Governor will clap for you. Well, we don't. It's not witch hunting. When the system works, we celebrate it.
Yes,
if there's need for improvement, we'll call you out. So in this part of this idea, whoever advised you on it, just quickly give the person yellow card.
But can they fine-tune the idea?
Yellow card for the person to go and rest and rethink. Then you yourself as the governor, take our feedback and now redesign
the idea.
So Gombe has very arable land, and the people are also known for farming. It is say if I see government open a school of farming where kids from early ages are taught how to till the soil, what the business science of planting is. Yesterday, my son was teaching me pollination, and they were telling us pollination he was drawing a tree, and he had drawn the roots, but maybe I never see the tree, so I Google picture, say take orange tree, say mommy, okay, what if the root of this tree joins this root? I say pollination. They say yes, that's what I mean. So will you have apple and orange? You know, teach children, capture their minds like that. And the children are growing up, you are seeing that the state now becomes food baskets. You design education to enter your vision for your people. You can't say, I will put my children from Lagos here. Oh yeah,
but you have to have a vision first now before you are designing.
Vision, and that's why enforcement of that law will fail. It will fail because even the president, people will argue the difficulty. You can't argue some hardship in court and you will not escape with it. I never chop. My children never chop. I don't have money. The court will say I put them in jail.
No, which jail are they going to put them in first? But we have a caller on the line.
They waste money in building the jails.
Michael from Ibaja is on the line.
Because it's contract.
Good morning, Michael.
Yeah, good morning, Howard.
Good morning. We can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Firstly, I would like to greet everybody in the house, and I like your visitors this morning. We have new faces.
Thank you. We greet you too.
Kudos to you. So, I think you guys have said most of the points I was going to say. But I think let me divert a little bit, because who are these people that are reviewing these laws and policies with the governor, with the people that are bringing it out? Is it that they are not educative enough, or I don't understand? You see, we have a problem as a society when we elect people that are not competent into position. You make this kind of policy, you make this kind of law in a situation where you don't make the education conducive for the people. How does that make sense when you are subjecting people to punishment because they are not putting their children in school? Which parent is happy that his or her children are not in school? Whereas you have not put any conducive conditions for people to go to school.
Exactly.
And you are not subjecting their parents punishment.
Thank you so much, Michael from Ikpaja, for that contribution. I think we basically said many things. We have to go now, unfortunately. We have to wrap up on this topic. But what we've heard now is, or what I've learned from the ladies, is that the governor needs to go back to the drawing board and replan this whole thing. Yes, he should call consultants, yes, to come and do a research. They want to do, he has to plan it in such a way that they do a research, at least come into my city or come into my state and observe what is going on, have a conversation with the parents of these people, see what their needs are, then come back, put your paper together, let's have the data and the right ways. We have people who go to school, who study how to help and, you know, rebrand or rebuild anything. Just give them,
no get idea.
That's why we're giving them the idea right now. And so that,
yes. Read on past leaders.
Yes.
A book on Awolowo would help any leader, you know how to design. And, you know,
let me also add something, Anima. You know, you mentioned that Gombe is an arable, they have a lot of arable land there. And if they had set up something like a school of farming, you know, something, you tap into the natural resources that your state has, and then you come up with something. I remember when we did a trip to China, and we realized that many times the government will see what, they have a vision of where they want to go per time, and then they see the resources that they have available, and they start training their people in that from primary school, so that you become an authority in that. I think that's what, aside from Gombe State now, every other state should look inwards. What do we have? What is our vision? How do we make our state known for this? By making sure that we are professionals here, we are bringing out consultants here. When you're mentioning so and so, you are mentioning the states.
Instead of that tomato should be like 4 for 10 kobo now.
Honestly.
It's true. The arable land that you're talking about that we have, it should be.
Are we not still wasting tomato just to get the seed? You know the process. 2015 that I started the research on tomato, I was asking someone that how will be. Do you know how much to get the seed? They'll put it on the express road to dry up so they can sweep the seed.
And then there's a
for
lot
next
of
planting.
waste.
See, too much waste. And you know, the one that pays me is that the elected officer that who drives past it in his tinted glass mirrors with an entire convoy that misses it. That misses it.
But we have
when
to
you're not sitting with them on the floor
AC now, maybe they did born a inside AC before.
Why can't we have
when
to
they now AC not come there in life.
AC not there grave. My God, they say.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, YK, for your contribution.
That's all we can take. We're taking a break now. We want to take a break.
I just wanted to say one thing.
That's all we can take. On this segment,
terrorists will come, raid the village. Then the leaders will come and say, protect yourself. How?
Thank you. We are going to come back and move on to another topic. YK is not listening to the host today.
No,
I'm fired.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.